Hello, I'm Adrian, and welcome to Fight Scene Breakdown. Today we're taking a look at another highly requested scene, the elevator sequence from the Winter Soldier. Captain America refuses to cooperate with Alexander Pierce, so Pierce sends a group of S.H.I.E.L.D. officers to take Cap out as he rides the elevator. Being in such a constrained space, you really can't afford to shoot the sequence in nice, clean wides, but the good thing is that since the majority of the choreography is filled with close quarters techniques, there really is no need to since you can still follow along. For example, take a look at this quick succession of shots. A close-up shows the low kick to the knee, a brief wide shows how he is still surrounded, the medium shows the open-handed strike to the throat, and pans before we cut to a close-up of the elbow connecting to the man's jaw. This is cut together quickly but registers because every close-up shows each distinct move very clearly, and the short wides and mediums give you a little more context as to where the moves are coming from. All in all, although it is shot with mostly close-ups and pretty quick cuts, it's not fast enough to be disorienting in any way. I was able to follow along and there were no gaps in the fighting logic. The first time I saw this fight, I was both pleased and blown away. Pleased that the Russo brothers thought up of an incredibly intense scenario where an all-out brawl has to happen, and blown away by just how well executed it was. The cinematography and editing were both quite good, but the choreography was an excellent blend of multiple martial arts and showed several real and brutal techniques that are effective in close quarter situations. Without a doubt, the fastest attack one can do is a punch, but when you don't have any room, your next move is to resort to elbows. Extremely fast to execute and brutally effective, they are your best friend in close quarter situations, and an absolute cornerstone of Muay Thai. Here, Captain America throws a litany of them. What he also does is try to strike at his opponent's weak points, and usually with great success. He kicks a man in the knee, strikes at this man at his throat, elbows this guy right in the nose, throat strikes this dude as well, and elbows the other man right in the head. Quick and deadly moves. A particular favorite move of mine is the following one. Although he is pinned to the wall by the magnetized handcuff, he uses it to his advantage. He sidekicks the man to his right, lifts himself up a bit, and snaps his left leg onto the man's head. In other words, a modified form of the split kick in Taekwondo, which is usually reserved for breaking boards. What follows is actually a drill in Krav Maga known as 360 defense, in which you extend and block incoming strikes with your forearm. And since you assume the other guy has a weapon, you try to keep the block as far away from your body as possible. Unfortunately, this guy has two weapons, so although Cap successfully blocks, he repeatedly gets stunned in the gut. And for the final move of the fight, Captain America resorts to using his super strength, as this would be impossible to execute in real life. He clocks a man with a strong right hook, then grabs him and proceeds to toss him into the roof of the elevator as if he were a rag doll. Join my Patreon to get access to cool behind the scenes stuff and a bunch of other rewards. What did you guys think of the fight? Which fight would you like me to analyze next? Subscribe and you can follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and brand new Facebook fan page, Godzillarex. See you next time.